We'd like to welcome each and every individual to Voices of Integrity podcast for the Top Gun Sales Boot Camp training. And whoa, I'm telling you, this stuff's starting to happen. Like we got through week one. Get down to business fast. Okay, good. Stop week two, stop reacting, start leading. Okay, good. How do you guys think you're doing in that, the leading aspect?
You suck.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, for and then week three, mastering metrics and mindset. So I'd ask on the pre-show if I should have one of you lead this. What I mean by leading it is making sure that I stay on track. Uh, which of the four of you do you think is up to the job of doing that?
I
So,
can.
so Luke and Kenny, what are you guys thinking right now?
It's like, how do you do that?
How do you do what?
Keep you on track, or what does that look like?
So why do you think Nora didn't ask that question?
Probably
Like how
not.
how come she just like she's a double analytic, so she just jumps in with both feet, right? She just like Nora, how do you think you're gonna go ahead and keep me on track?
I have no idea.
So Luke, how come she was able to just jump in and just do it?
Great question. She trusted it.
I don't know. I think it's because the other three of you didn't jump in and she's like, fine. She's not running at full capacity. She's not Tigger today. So she's like, I don't know. What are you today? You're not Eeyore. Like, you're not like Piglet. I don't know. Are you like, are you Christopher Robin? Like, she's not Tigger today. So she's not at her full capacity today. And she still outraces other people. Even when she's running, I'm giving her maybe a 2 or 3 today. She's running at a 2 or 3. And even at a 2 or 3, she still beats other people. Isn't that interesting? I
Hmm.
I think it is. So what you guys need to do is like we need to go ahead and have structure where you guys like what's the first thing you guys should be sharing on these meetings? Your numbers from
What?
yesterday. Numbers and situation from yesterday. And I don't know if each of you should have, 1 to 3 minutes. And so, 1 to 3 minutes, you guys, this is what you do. Nora, and then Becky, and then Kenny, and then Luke. So what did you hit your numbers yesterday?
No.
What are you going to do today? So every day you guys need to do that because we talked about know your numbers. Now, um, Kenny, Luke, and I, we meet at 4:45 in the morning. And so I had something happen to me yesterday that's never to happen to me in 34 years of action, vision, and business ever. Like ever. It's never happened ever. Now, my concern is telling Luke is that it goes to his head. Then he thinks he's a stud. He thinks he's amazing. He's all of that. So I tried to put a vaccine in and help him prevent that, help him understand that. So I think a lot of men, when they're praised, it goes to their head. With me, it's totally different. It is totally different. I don't know why, it just is. So what happens to me, I'm like, oh, dang, that's really good. I'm glad somebody actually saw the brilliance or the hard work or whatever they're seeing. I appreciate that, but I can do more. I can do better. It doesn't go ahead it doesn't go ahead and feed the monster of ego. It feeds the monster of drive. Like, they think I'm good now, and they haven't seen anything yet. Like, I'm just getting started. Like, I am on fire. So let's take a look at, Luke stuff. Like, so this is crazy. Like, how did Luke know to go ahead? So he's like 835 good, 83% of the goal. That's very respectable. It's very respectable. There's another company, a part of the core company, that's not even close to this, and they're not reporting this. And so it's great that Luke did this. So 83% of the goal. How did Luke know that he should break it down into quarters?
I don't know. Luke, how'd you know?
Not sure. I think because I knew our last two were a lot better, and if we could have done the last two what we did the first, or if we could have done the first two what we did the last two, we would have been hit our goal.
Right. So what he meant to say is it's a great Action Vision coaching team. I mean, if that's going to help him get to the 2.5 million, that he's gonna give credit to other people, other systems, other companies, other things that help him get to, because it's leverage. So he can give it to a bunch of people, but who's going to be the one that's going to help him get to the wow goal of next year, which is 2.5 million? There's less room to make mistakes at the 2.5. A lot less. So this is just phenomenal. I love that he did this, and then I love that he did this again. Like, he's learning from his mistakes. It's like people don't do that, especially guys. Men don't do that. They just make the same stupid mistake over and over again. Einstein said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So 266% growth from your, that's crazy. The only thing I don't think I saw in here, what might have seen in here. So if I go and say, let's see. So 835. So if I go 250 divided by 835. Ooh, it's like 300%, roughly 299%. So they want to go ahead and have a 300% growth from year 3. That's crazy. But they have momentum. They saw 266. Dang. That's awesome. So you did good here, Luke. But the goal, you could say 299% or 300%. Know your numbers. So that actually came from, the Top Gun. Good. Okay, that's good. And I love that Luke wasn't lazy. I mean, this is crazy. 59%. So great work on that, Luke and Kenny. Kenny made that available because of his tracking system. I think that's why. And they both are in flow on that. But our dollar conversion rate is 37%. You got to be kidding. How's he know that? That is so awesome. I've never seen that ever in 30 ever.
That comes from Kenny's system as well.
Right. If you two could just go ahead and get in flow and keep in flow, if you just had consistency, you'd actually have more time off. You'd have more hunting time. You'd have everything. If you self-discipline yourself, and if you have to hit certain things before you have fun, and you make sure that you're hitting those things, all you have to do is discipline yourself a few times to not have fun when you don't nail your goals, and you will go ahead and work more efficiently and more effectively. And it's just like at the factory. It's just like anywhere. The time will go by faster. So this thing is just, this thing is magical. And the ability to go ahead and know what your percentages are, like this thing. So you go, so it's not just quantity. You're watching top line, bottom line. You're watching all of this stuff together. It's like, it's just like the reason, so Nora went ahead and, replied, wow, this is really cool. That's the double analytic inside of her. She's not able to articulate it because she's so young. Like she's not able to articulate it as much, and she's not here today. But she's not able to, like, but she was able to feel it. She was able to feel the energy. Nobody else did, or they didn't read it, or they didn't. She was able to because of that double analytic, the numbers. She could feel something in the numbers. Just awesome. Just absolutely awesome. So starting, like, I don't know, this is New Year's Eve today. So am I going to be on tomorrow at 5:30? Statistically, the probability is very high I will be. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, my guess is probably. And then New Year's Day, and then the day after. So getting it really strong and hitting it really strong. And so the next time we're on, let's say tomorrow morning, like, you guys, what are you doing? Like, what did you do today? Like, there's one thing each of you could be doing today that you don't even know you're doing today, that could actually be the linchpin, the key piece that causes your action, vision, wow, income goal to happen. And if you don't do it today, you won't ever get a bill. You won't ever know why you didn't hit your goal.
So how do we figure out what that is?
I mean, you can be intentional. It's almost by faith. You just have to accept the fact. And then you have to do your best and then better. When your best isn't good enough in your own business, what do? You get better. Like people said, I did my best. Did you? Like anybody that says that, well, I did my best. Well, you probably ought to go get a job. Get a real job. Just get a real job. Do not own your own company. So you're a lot like you think and you plan, but then you execute. And it's weird. I don't know if it's God's sense of humor, but I can't tell you how many times I've worked so hard on this and this and this and this, and nothing happens. Like nothing happens over here. And then all of a sudden there's this opportunity that happens over here. It seems like I didn't even do any work on it. Is that God's sense of humor to say, hey, I'm going to reward you, Mark, for all your hard work and your diligence and patience and everything. I'm going to reward you, but it's not going to come where you planted. It's going to come some other place. I don't know, but that's happened. I can't even tell you how many times. Nora, what you got?
I feel like I'm missing something. Maybe you could help me out. Like, what should my question be?
Um, what's coming to me, Nora, is how do you give me energy and time to do what I need to do today, tomorrow? So the next 4 days, today, tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday, how do you give me energy to do what I need to do? Because that sets it up for all 4 of you.
Okay, consider it done.
Nice. Thank you. So I've already started a case study. Booklet for Action Vision, booklet A, case studies. And Dreamscape and Kenny and Luke are going to be the first case study in it, and it's going to be this email. Because this email is golden. This email is absolutely golden, but people aren't going to realize the beauty. You intuitively felt the energy, Nora. You're double analytic. You just felt it. That's why you did what you did. You're like, whoa, this is really cool. It's not nice. It's like, wow, this is really cool. You felt the energy. What I need to do is I need to take that and I need to put that into and break it down systematically, and then have that go ahead, have that feed that back in to you and Becky's business. And then have that open up opportunities for potentially, like Dreamscape. $1.25 million of that 2.5 million might go ahead and come from a product and service that Dreamscape doesn't even have yet. They don't even see it. They don't even know it's there. Becky, what you got?
What's the best, or how is the best way to clone yourself or faxes?
The first thing you got to do is you look at around your desk now, and do you see something plastic? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. That plastic came from a mold.
Yes.
So that plastic came from a mold. And so if you have a good mold, you're going to have a good product. If you don't have a good mold, you're going to have a bad product, a weak. It's not going to fit. The pieces aren't going to fit together. It's not going to be good. So the first thing you want to do is, before you clone yourself, you want to make sure you're a good mold. You're something good to clone. So each of the four of you, I can see how you were formed in your mother's womb, how God created you all very unique, very different, very powerful, very, very special. You each have, it's like X-Men, and you all have these special gifts. And when people have special gifts, it's hard for them to play together. And so I can see these gifts. And so what we need is consistency in the 30-minute strategy sessions. Like you and Nora, to achieve both of your goals, you guys need to figure out how many strategy sessions that you need to get every week. And then you guys need to go ahead. You ladies need to go ahead and say, we need 10 or whatever number you both need. And you both need to get those. And you need to do something that's totally, absolutely counterintuitive to you being females. Because you both can do something to one another that I cannot do to both of you.
What's that?
When you're not feeling well, when the kids are sick, when they're throwing up, you don't get any sleep, I cannot go ahead and say to you, suck it up, Buttercup, make your calls, get your appointments. I can't say that to you. I just can't. I cannot do that. But you guys, you both can do it to one another. So you both can do something to one another that I can't do, that probably no man can do to either one of you, and that's to go ahead and push you both. Well, I don't feel like it. I'm tired. I'm discouraged. I'm not motivated. You both can push each other and say, stop your whining. whatever language you want to use, and get your stuff done. I don't want to hear it. Just get your stuff done. So you need to know your numbers, like how many, and they don't even have to be right. Like like it's 10 a day or, whatever, 2 a day, whatever 20 a day, whatever it is, just get a number and get it locked in. And then, tomorrow or next week, you'll go ahead and look at that number more and say, is it 10? Is it 20? Like it can go up and down, but you need to get your mind steely resolved and totally focused and totally fixated. This is what I need to do.
Question.
Yeah.
What are the pros and cons of, let's say, Becky's sick, doesn't feel good, me just saying, hey, give me your calls for today.
Yeah. Women
And
are good
then,
at that. Yeah. Women are good at that. Women are naturally designed to hunt in packs. So, yeah, as long as it gets done, you totally can do that. So you're covering for her, she's covering for you. You guys, yeah, you totally can do that.
okay.
Yep. See, I don't even have to coach you on it. You just know you're a woman. You just know, hey, we need to hunt in packs. And when you hunt in packs, you can bring down bigger prey because you do hunt in packs. Oh, I'm getting tingles all over. Yeah, that's beautiful. Anything else, Becky, you got?
Not a
Kenny, what you got?
So yesterday I didn't too much sale works. I did more of the
Yep.
administrative
Yep.
and making changes to the system to track all the leads and
Yep.
help that grow. I guess my
So
question:
what's your
how do you
question?
know what? How do you know when your system is where you want it to be and start using it? Because it sucks to
Gotcha.
make changes to it after you've been using it for a
Yeah.
few months.
Yeah. So one is hopefully it'll never be where you want it to be. It just won't. You'll always see improvement. I mean, I've been after this with the same company for 34 years, and it's not even close to where I want it to be. So when you get it there, there's always another mountain that's higher to climb. So you're never, the key is, again, going back to what we said, numbers, like what I did. But I was married when I was in your situation. So I was married and had 3 kids. And so I didn't have as much room to make mistakes as you do, or to not nail things. So what I did is, my rule, and I live by it, is no admin time during sales time. All my admin time was before I could sell or after I could sell or on a weekend or holiday. So sales time was sales time, and that's what it was. And I would do all my admin, all my marketing, everything, because sales time was sales time. So what I did is I protected that like crazy. Now, you don't have, 3 kids. You don't have 3 kids. What I used to do with young men is I would go ahead, and when I built the sales force, 100% straight commission sales force, I'd say, if they weren't married, I'd say, okay, get a picture of your, avatar wife and your 3 kids, and then pretend that, that they're going to starve if you don't make your sales calls. Pretend that somebody's kidnapped them and said, if you don't make your sales calls, you're never going to see your kid again. Or you can put my children, up there and pretend my children are your. I don't care, but you've got to go ahead and get that fire in the belly, and you've got to go ahead and just no holds barred. This is what it's going to be. There's no excuses. Like that guy with 7 business cards. So again, you get to decide on what that is. But my guess is, Kenny, you'll never be happy with it, and that's okay. The more you get it to where your sales time is sacred, the more chance you're going to have to get to that 2.5 million without question. And the more you can do admin time before and after sales time, the better off you're going to be. Does that answer your question or not so much, Kenny?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Cool. Luke, what do you have?
So in regards to that email, I've been there. So our lead closing ratio is 59%, but our dollar, so all the projects that we bid, our dollar closing ratio is 37%.
Right.
Or 34. How do we, so to get our pressure points, which one of those do we use? And then how do we get
Actually,
that?
you use both. You use both
Okay.
because they both have different meaning. So the 37%, what that means to me, it's not for sure, but I'm pretty sure it's sure. What it means is you're losing your higher dollar sales. And the
Okay.
reason losing your higher dollar sales is probably because of one is it could be marketing where you're not, well, it's probably not marketing because you're generating the leads. So it's probably because of your age and or your skill level. So do you try to go ahead and get somebody who's retired that can bring more credibility to you because you're younger? I don't know. So your sales, it's probably an age or an experience thing, a skill base, or both. Makes sense.
So, we can't do anything really about the age. How do we?
Well, you can if you get somebody that's older that's either co-selling with you or can whatever it is. If you get somebody that's older, so it might be you get somebody that's retired, they don't even need the money, they just need something to do. And there's a lot of them in this community. In your community, there's a lot of guys out there that have a lot of experience, so they might only work part-time, so they could be like a figurehead, they could be, so you can do something about the age.
Got it. Okay.
So I can't wait till when I saw both of these. First, I was impressed. I'm like, dang, that's good stuff. And as soon as I saw this, I knew, oh, it's probably higher dollar sales. The higher dollar sales are having a harder time. Why? Because it's harder to kill a bear than it is a deer. It's bigger game. Bigger game requires better hunting skills. Same thing is true in sales. Bigger game requires higher sales skills. It requires more patience. It requires more discipline. It requires more of everything. More of everything. There's less room to make mistakes with the bigger game, with the bigger sales. So as soon as I saw that number, I'm like, yep, that's what it probably is. This is why numbers are beautiful for me. Because they reveal so much. So you can go, oh, here's a strategy, here's a strategy, here's a strategy to be able to combat that. Nice. Anything else, Luke, you have?
Nope, I don't think so.
Anybody else have anything else?
No.
Oh, go ahead.
So yesterday I talked to someone that he's a friend and he's an expressive, and I think he likes his dad has a business and he has a business, and I don't think money's an issue. And it seems like every time I call him about a past project that we bidded, and then he comes up with something new. Yeah, hey, you can do this, or do you do this, or like it seems like he likes to spend money or something. I'm not sure. How do you determine if you should sell to him or not?
Well, if he likes to spend money and he has the money to spend, sell to him. like he's probably going to sell it to somebody. It's not your responsibility. I mean, if they can't afford to buy something, then you don't want to sell it to them.
Okay,
But if they can afford it, your responsibility is not, well, is that a good barn or a good shed, or is that going to be profitable? That's really on them. Is this going to give them a good ROI? Well, maybe they're not looking just for a financial ROI. Maybe they're looking for something else in that. And I don't think that's your responsibility.
Got it. Okay.
But you might be able to, if you made it your responsibility, you might be able to make even more money. I don't know. It's intriguing. Good question, though. Love the integrity. Anybody else have anything else? So over the next New Year's Eve, I would try to watch me closely today, tomorrow, and Friday and Saturday. I would watch me very, 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 very carefully because there's something that's happening to me. I can feel it. So I'm starting to get more tingles from the tip of my toes to the top of my head. I can get more tingles. I'm starting to feel like it's starting to get into, everything's starting to get into alignment. And that's where it really, there's magic that happens. Now, what Action Vision does is Action Vision, like it's like atomic energy. And with all of you on Action Vision, all of that atomic energy can be put into each of your Action Vision plans. And your Action Vision plans then can carry that for the whole year. It's hard to put into words, but it is a magical, mystical, it's a beautiful thing. So awesome. You guys are amazing. Good work. We'll see you. Bye.